Welcome to another episode of AdventureSphere. Today I'll be covering Carl Robert Shull, a man missing out of Aurora, Colorado. But first, become part of our family by subscribing to our channel, stay up to date by ringing the notification bell, and share our content with those you influence. These simple gestures make it possible to put together a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team, look for the missing people featured on our channel, and reunite them with their family and friends free of charge. Next, be sure to download Google Earth. It's a free app for your phone and computer and lets you search right alongside us. The places I mentioned are shared with my blessing, so Carl can be reunited with his family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on any cold case, need help pulling up older maps of an area, or know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them to be featured on our channel. The video of Google Earth has a measurement from a starting point theory or known location and goes out to possible search areas. We tend to focus on bodies of water within 5 miles from home, their last cell phone ping, last known location, and sentimental sites where water is deep enough to hide a vehicle. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home. Carl Robert Shull, then 50, is missing out of Aurora, Colorado. His last date of contact was November 28th, 2013. He had moved to Colorado in January 2012 from Wyoming to invest in the marijuana industry. He was living with his business partner, and according to this person, Carl left after a heated argument and has never been heard from again. According to Carl's sister, his debit card was used at an Aurora gas station the day of his disappearance, but he wasn't the one using it. The next day, the card was used in Elise, Nebraska, and Fort Morgan, Colorado for gas, and $70 for dinner at an Outback Steakhouse in Aurora. On December 3rd, a man used the card to buy cigarettes at Murphy's Express gas station and signed Carl's name, but it wasn't Carl. The same man again used the card at a gas station in Aurora on December 8th. After that, there was no money left in Carl's account. Carl may be driving a Chevy S-10 pickup with Wyoming plates. He may be traveling with his dog, a blue heeler named Bez, featured earlier in the show. Some agencies state he was seen last in Natrona County, Wyoming. Both Colorado and Wyoming police are investigating. According to the Wyoming authorities, he was last known to be in Casper, Wyoming, or the Alcova, Wyoming campground. CBSNews.com on May 8, 2014, stated Carl has ties to Nebraska and Kansas. Investigators believe he purchased the Chevy S-10 just prior to relocating to Colorado. Bez is reported to be microchipped, and there is a $2,000 reward by Crime Stoppers for information. On the CBSNews.com on May 11th, 2014, Carl's sister Deborah Bennett said that Carl wanted to get into the medical marijuana business. Deborah calls her brother Robbie. She lives in Missouri. Detective Shannon Daley with the Casper, Wyoming Police Department can be reached at 307-235-8278. The Aurora, Colorado Police Department can be reached at 304-739-6710. Web Sleuth has an entry on December 21st, 2014, from a man named Todd claiming to be a friend from Wyoming. He stated that Carl was camping at the Black Beach in the Wyoming Alcova campground in late November. Carl got drunk, crashed his truck outside of Casper, Wyoming. Carl called him for a ride and bought a truck from the guy across the street. This man, Todd, however, didn't mention the color or the plates of the truck. Black Beach is on the Alcova Reservoir that drains out of the North Platte River. Some areas around Aurora that I'd want to look into are Havana Ponds, Lake Landora Lake, Lower Derby Lake, Parksfield Lake, Coal Creek, Quincy Reservoir, Cherry Creek Reservoir, Windsor Lake. As you go out to Fort Morgan and Nebraska, I'm really putting my bets that he's going to be somewhere in the South Platte River. There's also adjacent ponds to the river. And there's also the Pruitt Reservoir, State Wildlife Reservoir. These could also be possibilities, but I really think he's going to be in the South Platte River. Something else to note is that marijuana is illegal in Nebraska, so I'm not sure why he has connections there unless it's a friend or he's advocating to at least legalize medical marijuana in Nebraska, and he might have government type purposes there. I'm also curious what the roommate did in the days following Carl's disappearance. Was their vehicle picked up on any security cameras? And I'm wondering if their cards were used along the same route that Carl's card was used on. If it was, they may have had an accomplice drive Carl's truck, perhaps abandon it somewhere along the South Platte River, then ride back with Carl's roommate. Or perhaps had drove out. Carl's roommate could have drove out with his or her vehicle, put it somewhere along the river, then gotten a ride back to Aurora and drove Carl's truck out there, deposited it near their vehicle, and then drove their own vehicle back home. Something else that is interesting is that the writers of the initial documentation is that they are ambiguous about the roommate's gender. Then, when they give details about December, they say a man used the card. Someone of smaller stature may have needed assistance getting Carl into his vehicle. Gazette.com article on May 9th, 2014 shows a picture of Jason Romeo Forbes, 31, from the Colorado Springs Police Department. If this picture insertion is correct, it opens up the search area for Carl. Jason was found guilty of first-degree murder in a drug deal that went bad. He killed David D.J. Johnson in 2019, I believe, so about 6 years after Carl's disappearance. If you like this episode and haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel, give our videos a thumbs up, and share our content with those you influence. What do you think happened to Carl? Do you think we should search the Platte River first or search elsewhere? I'll be looking for your thoughts in the comments below. Sharing the ideas helps the family and our community efforts. You may have a different way of thinking that could bring them home. We really appreciate the time you've invested into watching our purpose come to life. It means the world to us, the families, and the communities we serve. 100% of donations received stay within the organization to help families for years to come. Your contributions from subscribing, watching our content, liking and sharing, to financial support make it possible to offer our services free of charge when they need all of us the most. To show our gratitude, I'll release a giveaway and donation video shortly. The first giveaway will occur when we reach 300 subscribers, and you must be subscribed to win. Immediate donation links are in the description. Kickstarter and GoFundMe campaigns are coming soon. The video will play so you can see the entire search area. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and remember that we love you.